We are live, people. We have got a belter today back on the Bad Blood podcast. This man has been meaning to come on for such a long time. Brett, May, the machine, how are you, my man?
I'm all right, my boy. Are you all right, yeah?
Yeah, I'm keeping good, man. Keeping good. You're looking well,
good,
man.
Brother.
You're looking well. You look like you're training like a beast.
Train like a beast, bro. I've just got back from Scotland. I've been running up and down that Ben Nevis mountain on with 65 kilo on.
Wow. Honestly. So what in good times as well?
The first time I got up it by running, I think 3 hours and 50 minutes. And then obviously I ran back down it a lot quicker, about 2 hours, 56 minutes. So about 3 hours, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fucking cracking time, that, man, honestly. So the fitness is there. That's the scary thing about you, Brett, because obviously we'll talk about your boxing. But before we get to the bare knuckle, I mean, you're a fighting man. You're a proud fighting man. And I'm going to tell the audience now, you have not been beat yet. This man has had so many fights and is undefeated. His toughness... just me personally, I used to work for the bare knuckle company that Brett used to fight for. This is the man that I really, truly wanted to see in those bails because it is non-stop action. Brett, if you've seen his fights, he is a come-forward fighter. He doesn't give you time to breathe. He throws combinations. He is on your feet constantly. Brett, you've got some big fights lined up. But before we get into that, what got you into the fighting?
I got into the fighting years ago. I got into Taekwondo at a young age. My family put me through it at 4 years old, you see. And I got into the Great British Championships when I was about 11 years of age. I got to the final. I ended up getting disqualified due to excessive contact. Right? To be fair with you. So it kicked me out of the final, but I got my black belt. But it was international Taekwondo, so it wasn't the Olympic Taekwondo where you can go full contact. It was the international side where it's a bit of tip-tap. And I thought...
Semi-contact.
Hold on. Yeah, so it's just more like patterns and a little bit of sparring and that. So when it come to the championships, I was just flogging kids left, right and centre, and I was getting disqualified, you know what I mean? and I thought, there's something not right here. I need a proper blood sport, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my dad and my mum got me into boxing at about 11 years old, put on my first pair of gloves, started it in the bag. And then the boxing trainer said, hey, they said, he's got natural power. I can make him world champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a long story short, he started getting me the schoolboy fights. I won schoolboy championships. I won all that crack. And then ever since then, I just had that taste for it. I just thought, I want to be the best. I want to go for it. And I just made it my religion and just started training like an absolute beast. And then, mate. And then I just started kicking ass a little.
A little. I think that's an understatement, Brett.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Cheers for your kind words, bro.
Is it okay? Because, Brett, it might be a little understatement as well to say that you've had a little bit of a tumultuous life. Now, can we talk about the attack?
You can talk about anything in my life, brother. Anything you want. Don't hold nothing back. What you see is an open book. Fire any question.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell the viewers, if you're not familiar with Brett, now, Brett was attacked with machetes, and that is a video out of it. And Brett was able to fight these people off. If I believe the story's correct, Brett, before the attack happened, had ordered some food. And whilst he was being attacked and fighting off these guys with machetes, he would not go in that ambulance without his takeaway.
Man was hungry. I needed food.
Man was hungry. That tells you the level of it. It's a mindset, Brett. Like, not many people have that. Do you know what I mean? So
I seen my juggler. Let me get to the camera. My juggler here, from the middle of my chest all the way to my chin, was rammed in with a butcher's knife, ripped out. like that. So I put my hand through, gripped it there, carried on fighting. And obviously they must have thought, this guy's a fucking lunatic. So they fucked off. I'm still jumping up and down like, what the fuck, fucking come on. You know what I mean? Anyway, long story short, I seen a boost bar at the side and I grabbed the boost bar because I thought I'm losing a lot of blood here, like 6-7 pints of blood. I just like took a big bite of the boost bar, drank some milk, and the fellas whose shop it was, some Pakistani fellas, because they've been robbed a few times in the past by armed robberies, they've had a panic alarm underneath. And little did I not know they've been pressing this panic alarm while I've been locked in fighting for about 33 minutes with a group of armed men trying to murder me. And a long story short, so then next minute, a load of paramedics and a load of police turned up. They're like, come here, you're getting in this. Air ambulance has landed on the street, helicopter. They said, you need to lay down. I said, I'm not laying down. I'm not laying down for anyone. I'm still good to go. I'm still good to fight me. Yeah, they're like, no, you don't understand. You have to lay down because the blood in your body is naturally pumping quicker when you know what I mean? While you stood up, you have to lay down. So obviously I did what the paramedic said. I thought it's a nasty wound. Don't get me wrong. I had a few beers. I was a bit pissed up. You know what I mean? So I laid down, let them treat to my wound there. And then they said, look at his back. And on my back, I think I had 1,000 stitches alone in my back. I didn't realise they must have been going across my back with a Stanley knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. And on my shoulders and on my legs. And on my trap muscle. And on a bit of my lower ass and that. And my arms. I tattooed over the scars now. I have a big scar through here. That was with a chop. Through my arm here, through the chop. I was looking down at my arm and I could see the bone. You know, the pure bone.
Yeah.
The skin just flapping off, and I thought, whoa, I need to carry on fighting here, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not going down here, bro. You get me?
Well, crikey.
Yeah, it was good. So then, go on.
No, sorry, you.
Yeah, so then I've got into the air ambulance, and I said to the paramedic, man, are you good? And he like looks at his other paramedic, and I can tell when someone's like, fucking hell, come on, this kid's lost a lot of blood. He said, I'm not going to lie to you, fella. He says, you've lost a lot of blood. He said, but I can see you're strong. Give me a shot of adrenaline. Sprayed like some special fucking wax in my neck and jugular with a clamp. Clamped my artery. Re-stitched my artery in my neck. That fucking emergency stitching. While there's sorting my back out. And I've landed into Sheffield Northern Hospital in the fucking helicopter. I've landed in. They're like, right then, fella. I hear the good news. They pumped a lot of new blood in me, gave me a lot of new blood, and they says, you've pulled through it. They says, but this is going to hurt like a bastard. I said, what's that? I'm not lying to you. There are fucking needles like this bastard, yeah? I say about fucking 18-inch long. Every single one of my scars, every inch, they had to ram it into my bone marrow, all the way into my bone, inject me into the bone and into my flesh. I said, what the fuck are you doing? They says, listen, mate. They says, you've survived the knife attack. He said, but if any of these blades are dirty, they says, you'll die of septicemia, gangrene, or infection. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They says, we have to do this to you, mate. I thought, fucking hell. So I started ramming them in, yeah? And I'm like, fucking, this is surreal. Oh. You know what I mean? Oh.
I would have passed out at that. I fucking hate needles. I would have passed out. I'm telling you. Wow, that is some story. I thought this can't be happening to me. This. So next minute they said, "Look, fella, we're gonna have to put you to sleep." I says, "Why?" They says, "Well, listen, we've stitched you up, emergency stitching, but he says our surgeons are the best in the country, and we're gonna put you into theatre now, and we need to stitch you up, mate. You're gonna need about 1,000 stitches. You know what I mean?" Mm-hmm. I says, "Go on and fuck it." So they put me to sleep. Fucking, I was in theatre, I believe, for 19 hours. Wow.
For my back, my arms, my throat. They've ended up putting me on the ward. Anyway, I haven't woke up yet this time. All of a sudden, I started feeling groggy. I've woke up. I've got I've got free press. I've got the calendar. I've got every fucking pressing you can imagine. I've got my boxing belts all at my feet, all my titles, what I've won. My family, all my friends. They're like, Brett, how are you feeling? I've got camera in front of me. I've woke up, I've gone, yeah, I'm fucking sweet, mate.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? He got pictures on. You know what I mean? I thought, Donny.
That is unbelievable.
Look at what happens in a film, mate. Not like real life. It was fucking crazy, bro.
What was it that? Obviously, I know your fighting spirit is massive, but surely adrenaline must have kept you going through that, mind.
Adrenaline must have kept. They said to me, if you never trained all your life and you weren't as big and as strong as what you are, you would have never survived that. They said we've seen men come in here with knife wounds about that big and died on the spot. You know what I mean? They said we have never seen a walking miracle what survived something like that ever in our practice. They said that alone to the neck, the jugular, should have been it. They says, you have got a guardian angel or something looking after. And I said, it ain't. I said, it's God. I said, I've always believed in God and I've always believed in Jesus and I always will. That's my faith and I'll die for my faith. God and Jesus saved me that day and God and Jesus always walk by me. I'm protected by God, so I don't give a fuck about anything.
That's right, man. Brett, obviously, do you know what makes this more remarkable? Do you know injuries like that? They end careers. Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
You've come back. I've seen you absolutely destroy this mountain. And, you know, it doesn't seem to have affected you at all.
No, mate. It to be fair with you, when I started getting healed up, as soon as I walked out the hospital doors, I went straight to the gym. I didn't even go home. Put my membership down, banged the protein drink in me, started training. The gym fella is like, look, Brett, please go home. He says, there is no way you can train. He says, your wounds are still bleeding. Still bleeding from the stitches. I said, look, mate, I say, it's mind over matter. I said, I need to train no matter what. So he let me in, I trained. And listen, mate, I healed like Wolverine. I was healed within a week. Like that, yeah?
Wow.
I went fucking walking up and down. I was running fucking 6 miles a day, training, boxing. I fucking fit as a fiddle. Oh, I had a slight little thing in my hand where you get 7 tendons in your lower arm. And because I was stabbed that many times in the arm, like that, my little finger wouldn't shut down properly, you know, to make a fist.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. So I got some newspaper, stuck it on my wall in my bedroom, hanging down with a thread. I was watching some mad shit on TV and started jabbing it. Bang, 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 just jabbing it. And before you know it, I just felt this excruciating pain. It just went snap. And I snapped my fucking own hand back in place.
Wow.
I know. Bad dude.
That's crazy, that, mate. That's crazy. So, moving on to when are you next fighting?
You what, brother?
When are you next fighting?
I fight on the 21st of this month in Skegness.
I thought you did, because I do believe that's on a charity show, if I'm correct.
Basically, they're putting a charity show on, and then they're putting me as the main event and for like a treat for all the guests, like a proper bit of boxing, you know what I mean?
Yes. Oh.
It's on Andy Luke's show. Skegness there, yeah. So he's put me on as the main event. I'm going against the man 4 times my size. So I can test myself. Big fella, about 6'8", and I say about he's massive. The guy looks like a white basketball player. But yeah, it's good to test myself. I'm 6'3", but this guy makes me look small. You know what I mean? So we're good to see.
So it's going to be a big test. A big test.
Big test. Get in there. Get that done. Listen, I need a few hard fights. It's good for me before the Decka fight anyway. It keeps me active, keeps me going. And then by the time I get to Decka, I'll just wipe him out.
Yeah. Getting a Decka.
That's it, mate.
No history that this channel, many of our channels, do not like that, man. I've seen files like that on the Doughty bugger, right?
I've heard, mate. I've heard. What did it say on the files?
Oh, these are pictures as well. Do you know what I mean?
No
Exchanges of text messages and stuff like that. Exchanges of videos. A lot of things, man. When we're in person, right? I will let you know. But
you know what it is? I usually give it benefit of doubt. I was a fair guy. When the fight was confirmed with me and him, with after Dean Ward, respectful as anything. I'm a fair guy. I can't be two-faced. And you know what? I wanted to just have a good, fair fight and be respectful. But this is the biggest but ever. I put aside all the bullshit. Everyone's telling me he's a paedophile, he's a nonce, he's a fucking rapist, yeah? So what I did is, I thought, these must be jealous of him. This can't be true. Do you know what I mean? I thought, it's got to be a load of shit. Do you know what I mean? I thought, otherwise, why is he not in jail? But this is what did me in. Long story short, I thought I'd give the kid a benefit of doubt. We'll have a nice fight. Do you know what I mean? Next minute, that Dean Lynch Ward says to him, he says, look, we've got like a live podcast press conference, yeah? He says, Decka, he says, I'm not going to go in on you there, mate. He says, but I'm not being funny. You've got your acro paperwork. It only costs £15 on the internet to get your acro paperwork, and you can have it within the next 24 hours. I've done 10 years in prison, me, mate. I know the crack. And I have to get your debts from solicitors, acros, all that. And I thought to myself, I've been seeing him telling the world he's going to kill himself, this and that. His mental health's breaking down due to all these cyberbullies, right? Right or wrong?
Yeah, that's what
for the sake of 10 or 15, for the sake of 10, 15 pounds, why would you not get that off the internet, show everyone, just to shut everyone up? I don't understand.
Exactly. And when he did produce a fake one, he didn't show the rest of the pages. That was 8 pages, but he only produced he only showed the 5th.
I know.
The first 5. Do you know what I mean? But just like you touched upon, if somebody is accusing you of something like that, the first thing you want to do is clear your name.
Fucking definitely. Do
you know what I mean?
If someone's accusing you of being a nonce, a rapist, or a paedophile, first thing you do, you put the name in Google anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it shows any sexual convictions type of thing. And when 100%. You put his name in Google, it shows he's been convicted for sexual assault. Yeah?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
He's admitted his wrongs with that. It's a bit biased. A lot of people said he's grabbed a woman and he's tried forcing her in a sexual position and raping her. But then a lot have also said he slapped a woman's ass but didn't want it slapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was his mate's girlfriend. That was in the toilet. Girlfriend.
So obviously, I gave him the benefit of the doubt when I called him out to fight me. I just said, look, I'm not being funny or anything. I know about you slapping the woman's ass or what have you. Just don't do it while you're fighting me, because I don't want that bad publicity. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want a name going around saying I'm fighting a wrong 'un, because I don't trash talk. I don't want to shit talk anyone. I just want to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. I spoke to your James, and I was like, James, I don't believe Brett should be giving him his time, because I believe your Brett is on a different level. Do you know what I mean? Like, I believe that he keeps doing this because he wants a deflectionary tactic. He wants to keep pushing stuff back. But
definitely,
the best thing about it is, though, is that you and Dean can make him pay. You can give those victims a little bit what Danny gave them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And in fact, Danny gave 5 stone on him as well, didn't he? Really?
100%. When I was actually speaking to Danny, this is how real Danny is, mind. He said when he seen Decka in person, he said that was only really round about 3.5 stone difference. He said that wasn't that great a deal. But you're a big man. Dean's a big man. Dean's got experience. You've got major experience. Danny had major experience. Decka's just been in the bare knuckle world, and he's fought some tough men. I'll give him that. I will give him his due on that. But I believe his time's over, because he does not have the experience you 3 people have, because I've seen him box, and he's limited in that skill. I believe he relies solely on that big, massive head of his and that fucking whopping chin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really do, because it's impossible to miss. And I am.
He hasn't been hit. He hasn't been hit by anyone like me, though, bro. When I hit him, I'll break everything.
That's what I'm saying. Because Danny, that gash that he put on that forehead, right? You or Dean is going to really open that again, and it's going to get worse. Do you know
once you start cutting in boxing, that's it. You know what I mean?
Done.
I box kids who's had dodgy eyebrows and that, and every time you get it going, you always start splitting, you know what I mean?
100%.
As you can tell, I'm a dark-skinned kid. I'm a Mexican-looking motherfucker. Yeah, my skin's like shoe leather. I can take a good hiding. I love it. I love pain. Give me all you've got.
See, that's what separates him and Brett. Honestly, it really is. So, do you know, obviously, with what I know you said you like to challenge yourself, but was there a reasoning for you calling out Decka?
Obviously, to be fair with you, no, I just rated him as a very, very top-class fighter at the first. And obviously, with him having the governor's belt, I thought, you know what? That's a good achievement of its own. I want that governor's belt. I want to fight for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just put it out like that at first, and then hearing all this fucking wrong and crap, I thought, go on then, no worries. This guy's a well-known guy. Why would I not want to fight him? You get me? I don't want to fight no ordinary Joe off the fucking streets who no one's heard of. I want to fight a proper, fucking well-established, rated 5-star fighting man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? When you said on Brian's, I'll give Big Brian Cockrell a massive shout-out. The tax
Brian
man.
Cockrell, respect, brother. To you and your missus. Get up, Chabby.
Massive respect to him and them. I love them to pieces. When I picked up on your interview, you said that you would be ready with your money. This is where I believe the problem will be, because honestly, Brett, I really truly believe it. I truly believe that he will not have the investment or the backers that you have. Do you know what I mean? That is where I think it could become a sticky point.
Don't worry about that. I'll borrow him. If that's the case.
No, honestly, Brett.
If the worst comes to the worst, I'll pay him to come out and fight me.
Nah, see, that's honestly, that just shows the mentality. Honestly, crazy. That is.
Yeah, but listen, all jokes aside, as fighting there, it's been.
Oh,
can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, we just lost you for a second there, mate.
Lee?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Lee?
Can you hear me, mate?
Lee?
Have you got your volume?
Yeah, mate.
Are you there? Can you hear us?
What's going on there? Lee?
Can you hear?
Hello?
Hello. I think you might need to turn your mic on. Turn the mic on.
Lee?
Well, I think we might have lost Brett there, but he does have the link in to come back. Yeah, honestly, Brett is some guy. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy. We'll blame Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy has just ruined it. He's tried to ring him, and it's went through, and that's probably what's happened. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy. I love you. Yeah, he is. He's back.
Lee, you there, bro?
Good?
Yeah, someone kept ringing my fucking phone while I'm on phone.
Shall I tell you who it is?
What?
Can you have a look in the comments?
It said Jimmy Cranston. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how to work all this YouTube yet, so I don't know what to do.
Honestly, mate, I've been doing this like a year and a half, and I'm still learning. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, it's coming up to a year. Actually, it's coming up to a year very soon. So, but
can you put him in? Can you put him into this link in this interview?
Well, I'll invite Jimmy 100%.
Oh, Jimmy, we'll put you in, bro. Now,
let's get on, Uncle Jimmy.
Yup, Chava.
That's the link. Oh, we're gonna get probably loads of people want to join here. Probably.
Get to it. Who's with me?
Exactly.
Who's with me? Let's have it. Yeah, but listen, on a serious note, as you were saying about my man.
Oh, he's here. He's arrived.
Is he here?
I fucking might be.
Hey, yes, Uncle Jimmy.
Hey.
Yes, Jimmy. What's happening, Shang?
Hey.
You all right, son?
Read comments.
I just seen your fucking phone ringing there, bro.
Aye, because I was fucking ringing you.
I know, Shag, I know.
In the comments. You want to put the acro up at 10 or 15 quid, so
you know that, brother.
How many sunbed sessions does that get me? 15 quid?
Aye, 15 quid will sort you out. I'll give you 60 minutes for that.
60 minutes. You'll need more 60 minutes than to look like Brett.
That's
So,
it,
yeah,
brother.
well,
You get that
I'm
tan,
gonna
though, you'll be able to see his
fucking
teeth.
that's what I can say no.
Can you see better now, Uncle Jimmy?
Once I've got my specs on, I can.
Go on, Charlie.
HD
Well,
vision, huh?
What you saying?
Yeah.
You good, Jimmy, yeah?
Brett,
Yeah.
Devon,
Yeah?
have you seen his Callout to this fucking Darren G?
Nah, what's happened? Oh, yeah, he's put on to Darren G about he wants to fight him or something.
Aye.
He wants to fight you, Uncle Jimmy.
No, he said, what he said, you've been picking on my mate Brian, and Brian's mates are my mate Brett May.
Yeah.
Seen it.
Fuck. He's been
Yeah,
sending me
he's
fucking video clips all the time. What he said about the kids soon as he come in the ring.
Oh, mate.
Vest and shorts on, pulling them off.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me, but
class.
hey, Jimmy, we was
Yeah.
on about there. Decka fella there. I said, I just wanted to keep everything respectful, because if I don't, then that gives him the ammunition to call the fight off. You get me?
Yeah.
So like, but there is a big but here, and this is my very big point.
Go on then.
When it comes to that live podcast the other day with him and Dean Lynch,
Aye.
he knew a certain question was going to get put to him. Look, lad,
Yeah.
why would you not save all this aggro and just put the aggro up? You know what I mean? And it's still the same question what they're answering now. And then he's done a reply saying, "Fuck all of YouTube, fuck you all. I'm gonna fucking do this." It's like deflection tactics. I'm not daft, me. Yeah, and it's like it's pissing me off. Is the guy or is he not a nonce? What's the crack? What is the crack?
We've spoke on the phone and I've told you things. So
If anyone ever accused me of anything like that in the first 24 hours, my paperwork would be everywhere.
I'll
I'd
tell you
fucking
what
put
he
it as
is.
my profile picture a lot.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a significant risk to women and children.
I want to touch
Significant
on
risk.
something that Brett mentioned before.
What's that,
Can you
Jim?
hear us, Andy, Brett?
What's that?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Right. I want to touch on some of that you just mentioned before.
Yeah.
When Lee asked you why you wanted to fight Decka, you mentioned the governor title.
Yeah, and that with Brian as well.
Right. Decka hasn't lost that title. He's never been beat for the title. Lee, he got beat off Tyrone Williams.
Yeah.
But there was a rematch clause.
Right.
Tyrone didn't come back from Spain. The title reverted back to Decka. Joey Pay told us that. So since the title went back, Decka's never lost that title. Someone else might have it, but he's never actually lost it. So if you beat him, in fact, you beat the governor.
Well, that's it, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we are.
That's what it's about.
See,
That's what
because
it's about.
who the hell did he beat again? Julian Francis, didn't he?
That's the one, Julian, yeah.
Another full script on that, you know, Lee.
I know, me too, Uncle Jimmy. I'm not. Should we go into it?
I've heard.
There's a
guy. Been a setup or something.
There's a guy, Brett will know who I mean. Probably he offered to do some pad work with you within the last couple of days. Didn't mention his name.
Yeah. The first letter beginning with M.
M. Yes. Right. He was his corner man on that fight. And he done sparring with him and whatever. And he told me the full script on that fight. Obviously, I cannot see it on live where people can hear.
Yeah. Say no more.
I'm more than willing to tell you on the phone.
Yeah, say no more.
It's a good story.
And that guy M, who you're on about there, he was on the phone to me yesterday because he's going to come into Doncaster next week and he's going to do a bit of sparring with me. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And what have you? And he was telling me, he said, listen, he said, trust me, mate. He says, you will fucking destroy Decka. He says, he is false.
Ask him how hard he hits.
Yeah. He told me everything on the phone.
Yeah, you see?
We'll see, won't we?
Honestly, Brett, I don't believe it goes long. I don't. I really do not. I think once you put it on him, I don't know. It's just when I know people involved in fighting, right? And I know he's had his bad knuckle fights, right? But the significant punishment that he took in that beating with Danny, that is going to hinder not just your fight, in my belief, it's going to hinder the Dean fight when it's happening, when the fight is actually taking place. I don't believe he can beat either of you. That's just my opinion, because as soon as that opens, it's going to open more. It's going to tear, and they're going to stop it.
And you know yourself, it's a nasty place to get cut there. You won't be able to see. They'll be blinded. Can't do anything.
100%.
Lee.
Because, sorry, what was that, Uncle Jimmy?
I've just had a text. Your Uncle Pete says, will you take notice of the fucking chat?
It's
Uncle Pete's on you, boy.
2 seconds.
There's always a Pete. My granddad's called Pete.
Lads, take it away.
Hello, Stephen.
What about Uncle Pete?
Old time
Uncle
Peter Stanger.
You are a pure legend. Like, I've got a big, massive shout out to Uncle Pete, because he has been there along with Uncle Jimmy when I've had some bad times as well. They've always had it here to listen. So, Uncle Pete, there's your fucking attention to the chat.
There you go. Awesome, dude.
Respect Uncle Pete, brother.
How was your trip down Manchester, Uncle Jimmy? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, well, I didn't enjoy spending fucking money. I hate spending money. I fucking hate it.
You tight bastard.
Fuck off. I haven't got as much as you.
Did
I haven't got as much money as him.
I wouldn't know.
He's got
He could peel an orange in his pocket, man.
Who do you not can get up the fucking window here and afford to hire a fucking boat and a fucking
can't afford
that?
Nah.
That won't me, that, brother.
Fuck up, I was standing in the middle of the window here, you couldn't last week.
That was some madman looking for Decka on a boat.
Oh, I phoned him, I went, where are you? He went in the middle of the fucking window here.
You get around, like, you definitely get around.
I wouldn't.
You got to be done, boys, isn't it?
You know, when I was coming back from Manchester,
you got to keep missioning. Go.
When I was coming back from Manchester yesterday, I thought, I'm going to call into Doncaster and call this cunt fucking Brett Mate, who'd fucking knew where to be seen. I didn't know where he was.
Fucking bailed, didn't I, bro? I had a fucking 999 on speed dial saying Big Jimmy's that way. Look to him.
You ready?
He was on Ben Nevis and he was still scared.
I fucking was.
No. He messaged him, sent his fucking videos.
It's right. Yes, brother.
So,
hey,
yeah.
Go on, Lee.
No, you first, honestly.
I was just going to ask you a question.
Go on, ask it, Jimmy.
Both is. Mm-hmm. Mike/Joe Marshall. And I had a bit of a iffy last couple of fights in the ring. Mm-hmm. Is he still fighting, or is he sort of living the celebrity life with that his wife Nikki?
Oh, with the YouTube channel, what they've got?
Aye.
I ain't got a clue, you know, but it's a good watch. That's fucking comedy gold at its best.
Oh,
he asked me, he texted me ages ago, asking how to help him, set it up, this, that, and the other. I couldn't really do much for them. I mean, that his wife had bloody more followers on Instagram than I had on all of my platforms. I was thinking, what am I going to do to help? Do you know what I mean?
He had a fair fight with one of my pal's cousins, were the arty fellas.
Seen that.
The arty fella was a lot younger than him. And listen, mate, that arty fella fucking pagged him, mate.
Is he 17-year-old, Brad? Is he 17?
Yeah, he was only a young lad. It was too elusive for him. He was beating Mike to the punch. Mike was gassing. He was beating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was desperate for that fucking draw. You know what I mean?
1,000,000%.
You seen it?
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what my grouch has always been with Joe, Mike? Yeah. Oh, I get on with him. I've had him across here. Now, I just think his style of fighting, it worked against Aaron because Aaron walked out the pit. Do you know what I mean? But if you see him, he's quite a big, strong guy, but he doesn't fully extend much. Do you know what I mean? His punches are quite short.
Do you know what's finished him off? That Covey King. Covey King
gave him a crack.
Yeah. Put him out the fucking game. He was out. After that had to do a lot to upstairs. And I've seen fighters over the years, once you start getting knocked out, and you start getting it on the chin, it happens to be a regular occurrence. And then sooner or later, if you start going in with bigger, rougher men, then you'll become a journeyman. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know?
This is my message to Mike Marshall. Mike Marshall, if you want to be a journeyman, I'll turn you into one, because I'll knock your spark out if you want it, mate.
Never wanted to fight in the first place.
That's it. I've told him plenty of times, and a few things have got back to me where he slagged me off behind my back, and they've told me. But here it is out front. If you ever want to try and get some pride back, come and face me, because I'll put you to sleep and end your career.
I can remember about maybe 18 months, maybe 2 years ago. Marshall was still the champion at the time, still had the belt.
Oh.
And I think, I could be wrong, but did you get some sort of recall, Brett?
Yeah, I got 2 years in jail, mate, yeah.
Yeah, and he was putting it out, fucking messages. Brett Mears bottled it, this, that, and the other. And I just put on, I went, you're a fucking liar. Brett's away again.
Well, Brett's not in jail no more. Get at me, bro. Get at me. Because when I see you, it's on sight, bro. And if you don't want, you get in the fucking ring and we'll have it like men. And I'll knock you out like Kofi King did, but even quicker. Whoa!
You're
going against a real bad boy now, Mikey boy.
He has a little inside one as well. I believe Mike Marshall was going to put it on Stevie Gould in a car park just before a fight.
And then he shit himself.
Yes. I believe it was with Stevie's father that he had to beef with, and then Stevie got out the car.
He tried putting it on Stevie in the car park. Stevie's a good pal of mine. He's a nice lad, do you know what I mean?
He's a lovely kid.
Stevie got out and he says, why are you not waiting till our fight in an hour's time? Why are you trying to ruin it? And then he's like, I don't give a fuck. I want to fight you now. Stevie's gone, okay, let's go. Took his top off. And all of a sudden, Mike went 1 minute, opened his car, put his fucking car keys in, and fucked off about 2 hours down motorway. Little shit house.
Bloody hell. I mean, he didn't turn up for Wayne when Wayne was meant to fight.
I remember that. No, he didn't. He didn't turn up for Wayne. I remember that.
Yeah, he said he got the wrong location.
Oh. Yeah, but hey, he didn't get the wrong location when he was fighting Mike Vickers, when he thought it was an easy fight, and he cracked Mike Vickers before he even got in the fucking A-bales. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was on the Spartan show. I was there. I was fighting that night. Yeah, and I seen it with my own eyes. He's cracked fucking Mike before Mike's even got into A-bales. He says, "What's that for?" And he says, "Oh, I thought you said something about me." I said, "Listen," I said, "that's bang out of order, mate." I said, "Go on." I thought Mike had not fuck out of him, but Marshall got the better of Mike and beat him. Fair play to him. But he still gave him a good side shot before the fight even begun.
Yeah,
I like Mike Vickers.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Mike as well. With all due respect, he's a big, strong man, but I don't think he has the fighting capability to do great things in the bales. That's no disrespect to Mike. That's just an honest opinion of mine.
Yeah, he's like you said, he's a great guy there, Mike. Yeah, but if he next gets in, he wants to concentrate, fuck the weights off. The weights are no good; it'll slow you down. And just get into a boxing gym and absolutely fucking hammer the technique and the sparring. That's all he needs to do.
100%. Did you? Obviously, I'm affiliated with Team Molas, from Big Lewis Francis. Did you see his boxing fight not too long ago?
I ain't seen his boxing one, no, but I've seen his BKB when he fought. Oh wait, who fought now? Oliver Basil.
Oliver William Basil.
I remember him fighting Oliver Basil BKB. I seen him put Oliver Basil out, but I hadn't seen him boxing. No, is he boxing with gloves or bare knuckle?
Yeah, he was boxing with the gloves on. Unfortunately, it didn't go Lewis's way.
Oh, you're joking? I didn't see it.
No, unfortunately it didn't. But I don't believe. I think Lewis said he was training really hard for that. But I believe something might have happened beforehand because it didn't look like Lewis in there.
Listen, I'll say one thing here. What's true there? You're either a pit fighter for the A-bales, bare knuckle, or a boxing BKB fighter, or a glove fighter. It is very, very rare and very, very hard. You can be good at all three. Yeah, you're either one or the fucking other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? I don't know many people what's good at all three. You either are what you are. It is what it is.
Yeah, I believe I've always said this to him, his future is in BKB. Whether that be in the ring or in the hair bales, I believe that is where his future lies. Would you have seen who would you have seen? Because let's not lie about this. Let's tell some truth. Spartan 2 years ago, they had the most shit hottest heavyweight division going. That's without a doubt. That's nowhere going. I mean, from 1 to 10, it was stacked with great names. You were right up there as well, Brett, and I mean high up there. Who would you have seen as your toughest challenge in that hair bales?
Toughest challenge in the hair bales at the time?
Yeah.
Good question, that. I mean, very good question. Well, obviously, you had Marshall, Lamborn, Stevie Gold, Lewis come on scene. I'd say, fucking hell. Well, you had Stevie Gold for experience side of things, but he has lost to quite a couple now, but he's a nice lad, do you know what I mean? And he's gaming. I'd say, fucking hell, good question. I don't know. I think me and Lamborn would have been an all right fight.
That would have been. I wouldn't like to ref that fight.
But then I seen him when he couldn't put Mike Marshall away, Joe Marshall. His heart went a little, and he turned around and fucked off. And then Joe got the victory. So me and Joe could have been a good fight in the A-Males. You don't know. You don't know to the day, really. It's an hard question. That
Styles, in it. Styles.
Yeah. I think they all would have been good fights in their own respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. Uncle Jimmy, do you want to have some input? Oh, yeah.
I did, bro. I've had another text. Will you check the chat, Lee?
They're all on the chat, innit?
Anybody in Spartan now that you would like to fight in the Bales? Or is there anybody that you wouldn't want to?
Anyone that I wouldn't want to?
Anyone you would and anyone that you wouldn't want to?
There's no one that I wouldn't want to. I'd fight anyone, but I'd say who I would. Who's fighting for him now? Who's my size on it?
Leon Brazil.
Is Leon Brazil my size?
Heavyweight?
Yeah.
Is he?
Andrew Anthony.
Oh, I didn't know Andrew Anthony was my size. I thought they were like heavyweights.
I think Andrew's moved up, hasn't he?
Have they?
Yeah.
I'd take any fights for me. Come on, all day long.
He's a bit of a bad
lad, you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Yeah. See, there's some great fights to be made in that. Do you know what I mean? It would be fucking awesome if it like, because when I was working with Christian, I was badgering him. Heavyweight tournament. Let we get it on. But then you went away. Lewis got recalled. Then it was like, shit. Like, that's two of the main competitors out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, them days are done now, mate. I've done 10 years behind bars. And no more. I need to stay fucking free.
Right.
No more cheap holidays then.
No more fucking cheap tarmac holidays. I love outside. I love freedom. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do not keep getting me jail, you bastards.
Well, keep your fucking hands to yourself.
S4 Sharp has just put in the comment saying it wasn't Mike Bickers, it was Andrew Ross.
Nah, it was Mike Bickers.
Was Mike Bickers?
Who got slice shotted. Andrew Ross, he did fight Andrew Ross. And Andrew Ross ended up gassing. And Andrew Ross is a pal of mine. He ended up gassing. He gave Mike all he got. I think he was on a bit of the steroids or what have you. And obviously it plays on your cardiac, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gave everything and then he gassed. And then Mike took the win, you know what I mean?
Call in the chat.
Yeah.
I think
that's why I never take steroids fighters. If you take steroids and you come across a real fighter, you're getting fucking sparked.
A question in the chat for Brett from a lad called Call. How tall is Brett and what is his weight on fight day?
I'm 6'3", about 19 stone fit now, but at my peak, I like to be roughly between 17 to 17 and a half. Anything like that, then then I can go for a good 12 3-minute rounds non-stop. Bang, 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 bang.
Do you feel when you're that weight, the fast twitch fiber muscles are all working, everything's working?
Everything's fast. I weighed myself yesterday. I coming up to 100 and, I think I was 115 kilograms, and I ran up Ben Nevis with ease with that 65 pack on. And I started doing some shadow sparring, a bit for Decka at the top. So, yeah, I'm pretty fit, mate. Don't worry about
that. Get in, man. Yes. Like I was just about to say, I was going to allude on, do you know when you said if you keep taking that punishment, you become a journeyman?
Of course you do.
You just seen that last night with Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler in the UFC. I mean, Tony Ferguson, I don't know if you're familiar with the UFC, is well known for his cardio, his toughness. He doesn't stop, his endurance. But that front leg kick was out of this world last night. I don't know if you've seen it.
I didn't see it. I didn't end up getting a chance to watch it, mate. I ended up watching a bit of Canelo.
See, honestly, I picked Bivol. Matty was here, Uncle Jimmy, when I told him. I did. I told everybody who would listen to this, Bivol would win, because the man has legitimately only lost about two rounds on, two scorecards in his whole life, and one of them was against Craig Richards in Britain, which you all know what the scorecards is like over here.
Yeah,
but he's been fighting in America. He's honestly, the video side by side, a good big man always beats a great little man in my eyes, and that's why I picked Bivol. He was fast, he's rangy, he had speed. Canelo looked sluggish to me. I don't know if it was a weight too heavy.
I think he's took too much on, hasn't he?
1,000,000%.
You know what I mean? He's gone up about, what, 4 different weight classes?
Yeah, I think
from middleweight, really, hasn't he?
That's it.
Yeah,
he's gone from middleweight, and he's working his way up to... And then he had the cheek before the fight to say, after I beat Bivol, I want Usyk at 201 pounds. Yeah, that would have been the biggest fucking mistake of his life.
100%. 100%. Because if you look at that fight, because I don't know if many people are familiar with Dimitri Bivol, but he's got an outstanding amateur pedigree.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Outstanding. I mean, the Russian Federation and the Eastern Europe Federation and the Cuban Federation for amateur boxing it sets a tone. We are now just starting to develop the boxers and are now competing with those. We're only losing to the Cubans, the standout guys. But I just thought the odds were ridiculous. Canelo was like something, 1-6 on or something daft like that.
Something daft like that, yeah.
It was, but it does go to show it brings a level of corruption down in boxing, because I believe he got beat off Laura.
I believe he got beat by GGG the first time round. Yeah.
Me too. Me too as well. Oh. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. So, do you know what I mean?
It's all about that, isn't it? They wanted to keep the cash cow going, didn't they?
Well, that's
like Anthony Joshua before he got schooled.
That's one of the reasons I thought Canelo would win, mind. The fucking money. The bride, the judges.
Well,
is the highest, I think he's the highest paid. He is now the highest paid boxer at the minute. Isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
You know he is. He got $368 million for that 10 or 11 fight deal with the Zone.
Fuck, you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So you're talking half a billion nearly. You get me?
Yeah. I mean, do you think now Canelo, because we've seen it in the past, we've seen it with Roy Jones, we've seen it when these fighters climb these ranks, because Canelo started at junior welterweight. So if you're creeping up and creeping up and creeping up, I mean, he's unified the super middleweight. He went to go to light heavyweight, fought to be 2-time light heavyweight champion. Do you believe that he's going to struggle coming down those weights again?
Yeah, but I believe now, because Canelo's got that much pride. When he got beat by Mayweather, he then kept chasing Mayweather for a rematch, but Mayweather didn't have to. You know what I mean? He already took him to school, and let's face it now, Canelo's in his prime. He's a different Canelo to what he was then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's not going to let that go. He's going to go back to the fucking gym, yeah? He's going to watch Bivol, and he's going to train like a beast, and he's going to come back for a rematch. That's just in his nature.
The best thing I've seen about that Mayweather fight was it was literally like when you see people get beat, you see them come back. They're a little bit they're hesitant. He looked like he downloaded everything Mayweather was doing, installed it on his computer boxing brain, and just stuck to that because that is ridiculous how he came back from that defeat.
I'm telling you.
He applied all the methods to, like what you've just said. He will be back in the gym, but I believe it's a big mistake having the rematch. I believe he gets beat again.
Well, if he does, then he's met his match, and then it's time for him to realise if he gets beat again, isn't it?
Two questions in the chat for Brett. Do you know Patrick Watson? I'm assuming Patrick Watson.
Yeah, I know he's, yeah.
Right. Somebody asked, Pete asked if you knew him. And then someone else has asked, ask Brett about his Team May shirts.
Oh, yeah. I've got a load of them there at my house. Whoever wants any, I'm not going to charge them. They can have them there as long as they're, you know what I mean? Good fans, you know what I mean? They can have them.
Have you got Lodge with 3 kisses?
Of course they have.
Fuck it, I need the cunt.
Yeah, well, honestly, Uncle Pete's just said we've got, like, obviously in Newcastle, in the northeast, we have some outstanding talent coming through. Obviously the McCormack twins, Dickinson. We've got Tommy Hodgson. The list goes on. Tommy Ward. That I could name so many. Like, is there any outstanding boxers? I mean, the most famous to me at this precise moment in Doncaster in professional boxing is Dave Allen, without a doubt. Is there any?
Allen's a good guy, man.
He's a very good guy.
He's a good lad.
He is. I met him at a Dennis Hobson show. I think it was last year, and he's a funny guy, man.
To be fair with you, with this coming up with Decka, and that I could do with some good sparring with Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to see,
so,
he's willing
to the best of sparring with him. He's a top class fighter. He's made it. He beat Lucas Brown. He took Dylan White 12 rounds. You know what I mean? You can't argue with Dave. You know what I mean? He's fucking 100%, isn't he?
He's took the toughest fights, man.
Yeah, he's a fucking good lad. But listen, to go 12 rounds with Dylan White anyway, I know Tyson Fury made it look easy with Dylan White that night, but these guys, the cameras, don't give them much justice. These guys are really big guys, mate. You know what I mean? Dylan White's a fucking unit, bro. You know what I mean? He's out here. You know what I mean? Trust me. You know what I mean? So, fair play to him.
Him and Dean are huge. Him and his brother are massive.
Dave Allen's a big fella there. He's not the biggest for heavyweights, but he's a fucking big guy.
Hey, no wonder he's called the Rhino, because that man is thick set, man.
Thick bones, you know what I mean?
He nearly pulled me collarbone out when he gave us a cuddle.
Yeah, he does.
He's massive, huge.
Like the thing with the heavyweight division, you know yourself, one punch, all it takes. It can change the game.
Yeah.
I seen that there with him. He did well against Dylan White. I think he had a bad fight with Price, with David Price.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean? But
the Liverpoolian.
But listen, he's fighting the best of the best, isn't he? So
100%.
I rated Price when he first came on the scene.
I did. I rated Price really highly, but Fury was always me man. Like, I used to get skit because when he uppercutted himself, people were like, Lee, how's that sluggish piece of shite gonna be world champion? I went, he'll be world champion. Like, because at that time, he's 6'9", 6'10", and he was an inside fighter. He didn't even show his boxing capabilities. I know he had that hard fight with John McDermott, but
which he lost, in my opinion.
I can't say that.
The first fight, I think he lost. Honestly, D.
I can't say that as a huge Tyson Fury fan. Like,
I like Tyson Fury, but I try and be as honest as I can.
same
It's
here.
right. It's right. It's like when
he's
Wilder
quite
put it down for that 10 seconds. It was great, but it could have gone either way. It could have really been counted out then if the ref wanted to be a dick. You know what I mean? So it was on the borderline, mate, wasn't it?
It's like the fight he had with was it Otto Wallen who split his fucking head?
Otto Wallen, who's the cruiserweight? What dropped him with Steve Cunningham?
Yeah, Steve Cunningham dropped them. Was it Otto Wallen or no? Was it? No, it wasn't Thomas Schwartz who cut his eye. It was Wallen. Yes, Wallen.
Any other referee might have stopped that fight.
See,
trust me.
Yeah, if he wasn't a world champion, the majority of fighters would have been ended. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, guaranteed.
100%.
Guaranteed.
100%. But obviously, Joshua Usyk is coming up. Joshua Usyk 2. Me, I don't see how he can win that rematch.
I'll tell you what they'll be doing now, yeah?
They'll
be telling Joshua in the gym, they'll say, look, don't try and box a boxer, yeah? It's as simple as that. Use your size, use your height, take him into a dirty dog fight, tie him up, give him some of them fucking big ones, and take it from there. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
I agree, but the other side of the coin is, you know that Usyk can actually hurt Joshua.
That's what I was just about to say, because this is my thing. Usyk is, if in an old school 15-round fight, I believe Joshua would have been stopped in the 13th or 14th round.
Yeah.
A bit like Joe Louis when he fought, I believe, was it, what's his name? I'm making myself look like an idiot here.
The all-time greats, him, Joe Louis.
Yeah, he got beat in the 14th round. He was just so tired. Who the hell was it, man? Anyway, but I believe Joshua, if it was an old school 15-round fight, I believe he would have been stopped because he was rocked and hurt, man. Like,
guaranteed.
When you look at the Ruiz defeat and you look at the Usyk defeat, that's a broken man in that corner.
Definitely.
Broken man.
Definitely.
How do you believe he could win the fight, Uncle Jimmy?
Just his size, his weight, and taking the fight to Usyk, not trying to box him on the back foot. He's got knee hook.
Mm-hmm.
No. Too much for a classy boxer.
Different to the way he approached the first fight.
1,000,000%.
True.
I do think he's got the power to hurt Usyk, mind, if he catches him properly.
1,000,000%. Because I found it odd that they didn't adjust after 3 rounds, because the first 2 rounds and the third round, I thought Rob McCracken's going to change the game plan. But that wasn't a B, C, D. It was boxing, which I found weird. You can't outbox a master boxer.
Is that down to Rob McCracken not having a different strategy, or is it basically Anthony Joshua is one-dimensional?
I believe
he's very one-dimensional. You can tell that straight away. He's a robot.
Yeah.
I believe the difference is that I'll make a comparison. Him and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, it comes to him naturally. He doesn't have to think what he needs to. Well, he does need to think what he has to do, but it comes to instinctively.
Yeah,
Joshua has had to be put through a system to learn that trade. I believe he got beat in the first round of the Olympics off Felix Savon, his nephew. I believe he shouldn't have went to the second round of the competition. I believe that's going to be his downfall. He looked phenomenal in his first 8 fights because he was, like Uncle Jimmy said, he was applying pressure, getting them on the ropes, and he was killing them. Like Dillian White, that was a brilliant finish, but he's always susceptible to that punch. Now, that's what worries us in the Usyk rematch.
Yeah, you're right. He's trying to get a rematch with Dillian White now. Have you seen it advertised?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
What's all that about? Who wants to see that shit fight again? I don't.
Knock White out with an uppercut.
It's not good, mate.
Predicted.
Only fights I want to see now, I want to see Tyson come out of retirement, fight Usyk or fight Joshua just to put an end to it all.
That's what I was.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to ask the both of you. I'll ask you first, Uncle Jimmy. Do you believe Tyson Fury really retires?
No. Nah.
Brett?
Nah. I think it's just a good publicity stunt, mate. Just like how Mayweather used to do it. Retire after every big fight and then come back out of it.
I honestly, when he said that he told Paris that was his last one, and then when he turned around and started singing, I was like, I'm gonna have to walk out the room here if this is his last fight and he's singing bye bye, because I'm terrible with emotions. Like I cried my eyes out when Pacquiao knocked Hatton out. I cried my eyes out when Sanchenko stopped him with that body shot. I'm useless when I love me boxers. I love me boxing. But
Tyson Fury's either going to retire undisputed champion, or he loses title and then that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
hey, if he beats Usyk and unifies, then listen, he's going to go up there as the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Question for both of you. Lee first.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, AJ, who wins? Tyson Fury, Usyk, who wins?
Right. So, first
I think Tyson can beat Usyk, me. I think he'd take him into a dogfight. I think he's smarter than Joshua. Do you know what I mean?
That's what my belief is. I believe there's many tricks in Tyson Fury's book. Many tricks. Southpaw, orthodox, head movement, speed of punch, footwork. He can pressure a man. He can back him up. I believe Joshua will. You've seen it in the Ruiz rematch. He can't have a high output, but that's where I believe he struggles against Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Fury, Usyk, I believe Fury does what Joshua needs to do against Usyk, because he'll not want to box Usyk. I know just watching Fury over the years, he will walk that man down. That's my belief.
True.
But I believe he beats them both.
Brett? Same question.
I agree. I agree with Lee on that one.
Speaking to Matt Legg, in case anybody in chat doesn't know.
Yes, Matt Legg.
Yes, Matt Legg.
Legend.
Big M.
We were talking. I says to him, you've sparred with AJ, you've sparred with Tyson Fury. Who is the better boxer? Fury, without a doubt. But AJ hits harder.
Yeah. Well, that's a story, you know. Did you hear the story from when I believe Tyson was only, it might have been when he could have been fighting for some minimal title.
Right.
And Joshua, he was just in the system. I believe he was training for the World Championships.
Right.
In Azerbaijan, if I'm correct, in 2016, 17.
When he wasn't selling crack no more on the streets of London.
Honestly, but so, like, there's a story. Joshua outboxed him. Tyson openly admits it. He said this young kid come in and schooled us.
Yeah.
Can we take that? Can we take that sparring to where they are now?
No.
Nah, because listen, a spar's a spar, innit?
I mean,
yeah, I've been across the bestest top class fighters in the world, and I've sparred them. My boxing trainer, Ian Alcock in Wheatley, he's very good pals of the Furies. He's good pals of John Fury. He's good pals of them all. I've sparred you with Fury at that gym in Wheatley. Yeah, but it all depends. If you get your face smashed in sparring, you could be shit at sparring. But on the fight night, you could be a fucking animal. Sparring is just a learning curve. You know what I mean?
100%.
No one wins or no one loses at sparring, I think.
He finds it hard to get good fights, man. Huey Fury. Nobody seems to want to fight him.
I know, I've heard.
I've spoken to Huey before. I've interviewed Peter 3-4 times. Lovely people, very forthcoming. You know they're doing bullshit. I believe Huey can, and people ridicule us for this as well. I believe he can be a world champion. Mm-hmm. He has had the toughest fights coming up.
I've got a question for you both here now. Jake Paul or Tommy Fury? Question mark.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
You reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you sign the contract then, man?
Do you know what my question? Do you know what my problem is?
What?
Well,
Jake Paul refusing VADA testing.
Is that what it is?
That's my big problem.
Did you hear where he said, I'll even give you an extra 100 grand today in the contract if you sign today?
but I think that's all publicity. I really do.
Yeah, but put his money where his mouth is. 100 grand, 100 grand. I'll fight the fucker right now for free.
Fuck me, I'm not a fighter. I would try and swim the channel if he was going to offer me 100 grand right now to fight him.
I'll let him punch the lips off me for 10 grand.
Fucking hell. Give me a tenner on a bad day, I'll headbutt the cunt.
Lee, you want
the man's hungry. He's fucking hungry out here, mate. We're fucking starving, boy.
What was that, Uncle Jimmy?
I says you want to get Matt on one night.
I would love Matt on, honestly, because
put him on live. Can you get him on?
He's not in the chat.
He's not in the chat.
Hold on, I'll give him a ring.
Yeah, ring Matt. See what he's on with.
See if he's coming.
We'll get him on about the grey paint.
I think there's definitely a troll in here.
What's he saying?
It is. There's somebody calling Brett out all the time.
Official Dean Lynch Ward. Show me your acro, Brett.
Not a problem. I'll put it on tomorrow.
He's just been called.
He's on live.
Oh, yeah, it's the fake account. It keeps on commenting on all my stuff.
Does he? Why doesn't he? Do you know what? Why doesn't he?
Just tell him this. Google my name and have a look on it. But don't watch it when you're with your kids, yeah, because it'll terrify you, boy.
Just ringing.
Yes, what's happening, Big Matt? You all right?
Hello, Jimmy. How you doing?
Hello, Matt, mate. Are you busy?
I'm still in the bed at the minute.
Oh, sorry, mate.
What's he say?
He's in bed.
Oh, you woke him up, Jimmy, man.
The podcast earlier, but I've got on bed. I'm all right, mate. I'm not asleep. I'm just watching TV.
Did you watch some of the Bad Blood podcast?
Yeah.
Brett's on it.
I saw something, yeah.
I told Lee he should get you on as a guest. He says, well, if he's there, ask him to come in. But if you want...
I'd love to, mate, yeah.
You will.
Yeah, man.
I know when, and we'll sort it out, yeah.
Not tonight.
No, I won't
No.
do it tonight, but I'll do it another day, though, definitely.
Yeah. Lee, if you can let me know a day or an evening time, Matt's more than happy to come on. But not tonight because he's in bed.
Yeah, not a worries. I will definitely be dropping you a time and a
Need for
date for that.
Soon as he lets us know, I'll give you a ring, Matt.
Thank you, mate. All the best.
Neighbour, mate. Ta-da.
See you later. Cheers, mate.
Ta-da.
We should all do it.
There you go.
We
Just
should.
sort of date out and...
Yeah, we'll get back on next weekend or something, innit?
Yeah,
Right.
when Matt comes on, you should come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, therefore.
100%.
Well, he's going to take him in the fucking gym anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Put him on the pads.
When you said Big M, I knew who it was straight away. I was like, yep, I knew it was him. Do you know what I mean?
Big M.
He's taking Brett on the pads and that, so...
That's it, brother. That's
Exactly.
it.
That's so,
That's it.
yeah, but I'll give you the date and time, Uncle Jimmy, and then
Right.
I'll drop you the same date and time as well, Brett.
Yeah,
And
no
then-
worries, Lee, brother.
We'll
Me
all
brother?
jump on together,
Well,
Yeah, that's perfect, that, bruv. Perfect.
right? Is it all right to wrap it up now?
Yeah, get it wrapped up. I'm fucking starving, mate. I need some food.
Brett,
Hey.
honestly.
You have a couple of missed phone calls off us, Brett. Just ignore them.
Who is it?
I says you'll have a couple of missed phone calls off us. Just ignore
Oh,
them.
fucking hell, mate. Don't worry about
That was from
Right,
before.
that. Things could be worse. I could have been shagging Jimmy. I would have been like, yo, what's happening, Jim? What's
As long
going
as you
on?
put the camera there so I can watch.
Yeah, it's all right, bro. I would have put it on. I would have said, here, have some of that, Chavi. Touch. Shagging
Yeah, you
machine.
bogey bastard.
Up the fucking wood. Up
You
the
get
fucking wood. Ah!
Right. Hey, how do you close this, dude?
Honestly, on that note, people,
I don't know
this
how
has
to
been
stop it.
Brett May, Uncle
me give
Jimmy,
I'll give a
everybody
shout
in
out
the
to me
comments.
Hold
Really
tight, the
appreciate it.
Ginger King, Gary Bollard. Hold tight, Grant Menzies, Alex Sutton, Chrissy Larder, DN7 Dogger. You up to him, boy.
Did you
Yes,
just
man. Right.
Who
And
did
Jimmy
that?
Cranston and Brian Cockrell.
Yes.
Brett? Who did you just mention? Ginger.
Ginger King, Gary Ballard. I love the guy, man.
Gary Ballard.
He's a boy.
Right. Pete's relation.
He's a wild man.
Well, aye.
He's a legend, man.
He's a legend, all right.
Anybody in the chat, this is just from what Brett said before. If anybody in the chat wants a Team Mio t-shirt, if you either email me, Lee, Brett, or if you catch Brett on his Facebook page, send me a message. Get yourself sorted. Team Mio.
Anyone, just message away, free of charge. I like to help anyone out, and I'll send it straight to you.
There you go.
How about that?
Don't worry about that.
Right, lads.
There you go.
It's been
subscribe, Brett Machine May. Let's get to it.
Yes, hit Brett's channel, Brett Machine May, and also Uncle Jimmy. Yours is Jimmy Cranston, isn't it?
It is.
Hit Uncle Jimmy's up. He's got some fantastic material on there. Brett will have some fantastic material on there, probably training stuff, little clips, because he doesn't put too much out. He'll put a little bit out, but I'm not going to say too much. But
I've got more videos of him than what he's got.
Listen, I used to do it in jail all the time. You know when they had the punch bag on the wing? And you used to get fucking hard cases from all corners of the country, and you say, I fucking done this, I've done that. I'm a boxer. I used to just go, yeah, no worries, mate, bag's over there. I'd sit down, watch them, and within that first 3 seconds, I knew they're just a fucking muppet. Yeah? Yep. And I used to just go, splat, see you in a bit, son. Boom, boom, splat, fuck off, have a nice day.
Run them wings.
Fucking king of the wing, king of the jail, brother. Daddy.
Brett, honestly, it would be good to get you on again. I mean, I know you can't go into sometimes detailed graphic of like the crimes you've done, but
of course I can.
Right? We'll have to set that up as well. 100%.
Yeah, I'll do it. Listen, Lee, thank you very much for today.
Nah, thank you,
Thank you very much, brother.
No,
Jimmy, thank you very much
Jimmy.
as well. Love you to pieces, brother. Love you too, Lee, brother.
Speak you through the week, Brett.
Yeah, much love, brother.
Much love.
All down, boys.
Lads. Ta-da.
Up the wood.
Yeah, we'll do, Uncle Jimmy. See you later. Bye,
Catch
Brett.
you later,
Much
lads.
appreciated,
boys. Have a good
one. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Ta-ra, Pete.
See you, mate. Bye.
Ta-da, Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete.